Hello. In this video, we're going to discuss linear relationships. Linear relationships are straight line graphs, and they're just like the one that you see in the picture right here. They form a line, linear relationships. So we're going to take a look at the example on your notes. We have a table with the number of songs and the time in minutes. We want to find out if this table is a linear relationship. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to look at what's happening between each song. We're adding 2 each time. And as we add 2 songs each time, we're adding 1 minute. So we could say our rate is 2 songs per minute, or per 1 minute, and that would be a unit rate. Okay? The rate of change between any 2 points in a linear relationship, this is the same or constant. So we have a constant rate of change, so we have a linear relationship. So constant rate of change. That means it's the same each time. We have another example that we can look at, and we want to know if this is a linear relationship. So we're going to look and see if it has a constant rate of change. So let's look at the number of transactions. As we increase, we're adding 3 each time. So as we increase our transactions, we're decreasing our balance by 30 each time. So we can write this as a change of negative 30 over 3. And what does that reduce to? It reduces to $10 per 1 transaction. So we do have a constant rate, so we have a linear relationship. Okay, so this video is going to be a little bit different. You're going to do 2 got it problems right now before we go on to the next information that I want to talk to you about. So on your handout, you have a table that has cooling water, and you have a graph that talks about the number of volunteers. I want you to find out if these are linear relationships by looking to see if they have a constant rate of change. So you're going to have to look and see if they're increasing or decreasing the same each time. And on the graph, remember it's y over x. So same with the table, it's going to be temperature over minutes to find your rate of change. And then we'll talk about these 2 tomorrow when you come back to class. Okay, on the other side of your handout, we're going to talk about proportional linear relationships. So we need to go ahead and set up a definition for this. In the key concept box, if you want to highlight or underline the definition, 2 quantities, A and B, have a proportional linear relationship if they have a constant ratio and a constant rate of change. So we're going to look at a constant ratio, and I'll go ahead and type that on here real quick. So we're looking for 2 things here. They have a constant ratio and they have a constant rate of change. In order for you to determine if 2 quantities are going to be proportional, you're going to have to compare the ratio of y over x, or in this instance b over a that they're talking about on the worksheet, for several pairs of points to make sure there's a constant ratio. Let's go ahead and look at this table of comparing Celsius to Fahrenheit, and we're going to look and see if we have a constant rate, and if we do, if we have a proportion also. So as we can tell, each time we're adding 5 to the Celsius. that writing to go on there. And each time here, we're adding 9. Okay, so our change in Fahrenheit, I'm going to do the delta change in F over the change in Celsius equals 9 over 5 each time. So do we have a linear relationship? Yes, because we have a constant rate of change. Do we have a proportional relationship? Well, we need to go ahead and check some of our pairs and see. So I'm going to do 41 over 5. That equals 8.2. Then we're going to look at 50 over 10. Well, that equals 5. And if we look at 59 over 15, we get 3.9. So is it a proportional linear relationship? No, because these are not equal to each other. But it is a linear relationship because we have a constant rate of change. Okay, so if you look a little bit further down on your page, you also see that they have graphed the points from the table, Celsius and Fahrenheit, and now they're checking to see if it is a linear relationship. As you can tell, since it forms a straight line on the graph, it's a linear relationship. Okay, so the other thing that we need to check for is if the points, when the line is connected, if it passes through the origin. So we have a straight line on the graph, so we know it's a linear relationship, but now we're looking to see, does that line pass through the origin, which is 0.00? If it does, we have a proportional linear relationship. If it doesn't, then it's not a proportional relationship. So we'll go ahead and look at our notes in class tomorrow, and we'll do some more examples to make sure that you understand what's going on. So anyway, make sure that you did those 2 problems on the front side, and we will check those in class tomorrow.